What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the farm. So it is Memorial Day weekend. It is the Sunday evening before Memorial Day right now, and that means that summer is about to get rolling. So, I mean, you can't tell by, I got a hoodie on right now. It is pretty unseasonably chilly these past couple of days, not even 60 degrees right now, but the sun is shining. So I am going to take a couple of minutes this evening, and we're just going to go around the farm, and I'm going to show you everything that is going on right now and everything that is about to start getting rolling as summer is. So we'll start back here, furthest back with away from the house and the barn and everything. We'll start back here with the beehives. We are 5 or 6 weeks into having the beehives back here. If you watched that video, you heard me make mention that these are not the permanent locations for the hives. I do have plans on putting some over by the garden and by the orchard, but I'm going to have to do something to level it off over there, build some sort of little platform or something. But that just hasn't quite happened yet. But they have been here long enough that that move can take place now. They should be established enough in their hives that it shouldn't be a big deal. We can cover up the opening, move it overnight while they're dormant, and then when we open it back up in the morning, they should be able to relocate, do a I think it was called a relocation flight. I think that's how my brother referred to it. But when we do that, I will make sure to do some video about it, so you'll all get to see that happen as well. Next new thing we got going on, I have not made mention of in any videos or anything, but we have 4 weeks ago, no, not 4 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we adopted 2 new cats. There is a local cat rescue here they're based out of Cincinnati, pretty close to where we're at, called the Ohio Alley Cat Rescue, and they do a feral cat rescue rehoming program that they call their barn cat program. So we got 2 feral cats from them 2 weeks ago, and right now they are living in this little catatorium that I built. They're going to spend 4 or 5 weeks in here to establish them, to establish that this is home base for them. So they're getting fed and watered in there. They got a couple of litter boxes, and hopefully when we let them out, they will stay here at the farm and they will become 2 good new mousers for us. They are both under a year old. They were a brother and sister pair. They are pretty well bonded with each other. They do like to spend time with each other, but they have zero interest in spending any time with us. So I will see if maybe we can get them on camera a little bit, but they are pretty shy. They're not interested in pets. Yeah, they really don't want anything to do with us at this point. Hopefully that changes, but yeah, I think they'll do a great job here at the farm. Never enough mousers to keep the barn clean, keep the rodents out, keep the mice out. I don't know if you can quite see the little tootsies. You see a little white foot. That is Maple and Mowgli. Maple is the girl and Mowgli is her brother. They both are mostly black. Maple has some white that comes up over her nose and down onto the chin, and white feet. And then Mowgli has white just on his paws, and kind of from his chin has a little white patch down onto his chest area. So they're both real good looking cats. They're real small. I think that's probably pretty typical of feral cats. I don't know, you don't see many street cats that are the size of like big house cats like Pablo and Griswold. But real excited to have them here at the farm. They will definitely be great additions. So the next thing we got going on, probably the one that I'm most excited for, is yesterday Dad and I wrapped up building the chicken tractor. I did not do a video on this. I bought the plans. I bought the John Siskovich plans. If you at all follow the homesteading, you got chickens, you've probably heard of John. He's pretty big in that space. I believe he calls this his stress-free chicken tractor build. Did it probably about 80% of the way that he designed it. Did change a few things just to fit the materials that I had on hand and a couple of other things. So it is mostly his build though, and I did not think that it was going to be appropriate to basically show off how he builds his tractor. You know, he sells his plans. I thought it was worth supporting him, so I decided that I was not going to do a video on building it. So the initial plan actually was that yesterday or today was going to be the move-in date. This would be 2 weeks that I have had the Freedom Ranger chicks in the brooder. They are still in the brooder as of this evening. It was rainy and cold yesterday, and today it was just cold. The sun really just came out about 20 minutes ago, and it's almost 8 o'clock in the evening. So really it was just another kind of wet, chilly day. I don't think temperature-wise they would have had any problems with coming out here, but just to be on the safe side, since it was wet and it wasn't sunny, you know, I haven't had the heat lamp on them for a few days now. They should be nice and hardened off. But tomorrow they're going to come out and move into the chicken tractor, and that'll be a separate video. Probably won't come out tomorrow, but keep an eye out for that one as well. And here's those guys, 15 Freedom Rangers. They're just flying through food and water, so we're ready to get them out there on pasture, start getting them some green in their life, start getting them some bugs in their life. And we will be about 8 weeks from today until harvest, so looking forward to that as well. Maybe the craziest thing going on here at the farm right now. I know that there are folks all over the country that watch my videos, but right now we are dealing with the 17-year cicadas. They just started coming out, about a week ago, and they're not super active today because it was so cold. But as you can see here on the ground, those are all the shells from, you know, they come out of the ground as these larvae. They climb up the trees, they shed the shells, and they end up, let's see if I can get rid of this shadow. These big bug-eyed chicken treats. That's all they really are. So I'm sure that will be a theme across the next several videos. You will at least be listening to cicadas in the background. Like I said, they are not particularly noisy or active today, but it was 2 really cool days in a row. Here, once we have a couple of warm days again, I'll be sure to show you guys just how ridiculous they are. They were calling this is a brood X of the cicadas. So I guess this is kind of just like, that's the name of the one for my region of the country, our region of the country here in Southwest Ohio. So do you have the 17-year cicadas where you're at? If you do, let me know about it. Let me know where you are. If you don't and you never heard of such a thing, you're kind of lucky because, I don't know, they don't bite, they don't do anything, but they're a big intimidating bug, and most people really aren't that into them. Well, now we've worked our way out to the garden, so I'll just do a real quick zip around the garden, getting some nice blueberries in on the blueberry bushes here. Some of them doing better than others. Basil. We come over to this side. More basil. This is a bed of all carrots. The carrots are just starting to come in. All these little guys here. There's a row of them coming down here. The asparagus did extremely well. This was the 2nd year for asparagus. So we were harvesting some, but as you can see, we were letting a lot just grow and go to seed to make sure that we really are established with great roots and everything. So we did harvest quite a few, but as you can see, like I just said, we are letting it go to seed. So the asparagus season is starting to wrap up. But as you can see, we'll cut that guy there. Are still getting some. We work our way down. Got some broccoli going on. This is a bed of all zinnias and wildflower mix that we did. Got our red onions coming in pretty good. Let's see if I can remember here. We have tried some new herbs. We have cilantro. We have, that was eucalyptus. Taylor wanted to try the eucalyptus. We have one little chive. And then back there we have catnip. We're going to try drying out our own catnip. Also filled these with wildflowers. Just did that today. Potatoes. Big potato tube. Work our way over here. Just planted these today. This is yellow onions. Filled this whole bed with yellow onions. And we can get this to pan around for me real quick. Down there we did more wildflowers. These are all peppers, mostly spicy, jalapenos, habaneros, and some cayennes. Haven't put our beans in yet. These trellises will get beans. There's some cucumbers down there on the end where the blue ones are. And real quick, these are the tomato trellises coming back down this way. So yeah, that's the vegetable garden. We'll just do 2 more quick little stops on the little farm tour, the what's going on tour. We are now over here in the orchard on the back side of the chicken coop, and I'm going to show you guys how the fruit trees are doing since we planted them, about a month and a half ago. So give me some input, guys. Here on the peach trees, every single one of the peach trees is starting to fruit. When I planted these, I told myself if they fruited out, I was going to go ahead and get rid of the fruit so the tree would focus on rooting and sending all that energy down to the roots. But now that the fruit is on the tree, I don't want to get rid of it. So what do you think? Would I be better off pinching off the fruits? Like I said, I have them on all of the peach trees. None of the apples fruited out, but if I come down here to the plum trees that we planted, there are a couple of plums on one of the plum trees as well. Am I better off getting rid of those and letting the tree establish this year, or should I go ahead and let it fruit out and do its thing? Does anybody have any input on this? Any more expertise than I have? Which is 0. I don't have any. So if you know better than me, I would love some input, or even if you don't know better and you got some input, I'll at the very least listen. There's my cute little plum down here on the plum tree. And I guess we'll wrap things up out here at the coop. The star of the show with the stars of the show, my laying hens. Right now we have 24 mature laying hens. With the weather warming up, the days are long again. Right now we're getting like 16 to 18, 19 eggs a day from our 24 mature laying hens. There are 11 Isa Browns. Let's see if I can get somebody. There are 11 Isa Browns, these little guys over here that are, I don't know, maybe 2.5 months old now. So they've been out here in with the mature full-size birds for maybe 3 weeks now. And so that's all, they have all integrated. Everything is calmed back down a bit. If you've ever had to integrate new birds into your flock, you know that they have to do that whole reestablishing the pecking order thing. So that is all worked itself out. So they are not laying hens there yet. They are all just freeloaders at this point, eating lots and lots of food. Noticed a big difference. Hopefully they start to become better foragers like some of the other birds, because we are just flying through the food right now. But I guess that is really about all that I have got going on. That's it, just those few things. That's all that I've got going on here at Shinyatta Farm right now. The bees are doing their own thing. The meat birds, the broilers, are going to be moving into the chicken tractor tomorrow. So like I said, be on the lookout for that video. The garden, be doing some tending to that. Definitely scaled it back a lot this year. One of my goals for the year was to have a stress-free garden. So scaled that back, focused on the things that I like to eat, the things that I know I will use. Yeah, the garden just wasn't where I was finding my joy. So scaled that back a bit. I think it's going to make things a lot less stressful. The orchard is going to just do its thing. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have any input on what I should be doing out in the orchard, pertaining to whether or not I should be keeping those fruits on those young trees, please let me know about it down in the comments. And like always, the hens, the laying birds, they continue to just do their thing, and they provide delicious, tasty eggs for me, for my family, for friends, and for the handful of awesome people that do choose to buy farm fresh eggs from me. So that's what I've got going on heading into the summer. Let me know what you got going on. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, y'all, we will see you.